a lot of people have been asking me, how did this happen? Like, how did I decide to compete in a figure competition? And that's a valid question because I don't think many people wake up one day and are just like, yeah, I'm gonna compete in a bodybuilding competition. But I think as I've reflected on my story, it's kind of a long one, but it's one of empowerment, and that's why I want to share it with you. So let's go back to when I was a wee little girl. Before I could even walk, my dad was throwing me balls, like soccer balls, softballs, volleyballs, everything. And that's because he really loves sports, and honestly, it made me really coordinated. And growing up as a girl, that was super amazing. It made me believe that I could compete with any guys. I mean, I could. And, that I could do anything, not just limited to sports, but in academics, in art, in music, whatever. So that was a real gift, first of all. And I continued to play sports all throughout high school. When I got to college, I was no longer good enough to continue competing at that level, but that's kind of when I started getting into fitness so that I could stay in shape, and I was going to the gym and I didn't really know what I was doing. But that's okay, you have to start somewhere. This is more in retrospect, I know that. And then I graduated from college and got more into fitness as well as the nutrition aspect. I was doing things like P90X and Insanity, and then trying out a bunch of different gyms on Groupon deals, actually. And also, I decided to coach a 12 and under girls fast pitch softball team. And it was something I'd always wanted to be a coach, so it was really important to me. But it was also really scary because I looked really different from most of the coaches who were the dads of the girls. And so I was pretty intimidated getting into it, and I started reading books because, I'm an academic, and when you don't know what to do, you start doing research. And I stumbled upon this area of sociology that's centered around gender and sports. And the more I read about it, just the more things made sense and clicked and kind of explained my experiences and me. And I loved it. And I still do. And one of some of the books I read actually were about bodybuilding, specifically female bodybuilding, because it's just such an interesting lens at which to approach these issues of gender in sports. So that kind of, that was there. I never considered competing. I didn't know what it was about, but it was really interesting from an academic perspective. And then one day I decided I should make a bet with my friend, mostly because I wanted the ability to do pull-ups. So the bet was $100. It said that I could do 5 pull-ups from a hanging position, no kipping, forward grip. I could do 5 pull-ups in 3 months. And at the time I could do like half of a pull-up. And to be completely honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I'll just do like a bunch of back exercises. It didn't really work. I was maybe at like 3/4 of a pull-up at the end of the 3 months. At which point I decided that was unacceptable. Like, I was not going to lose this bet. This is ridiculous. Well, I did lose the bet, but then I made another one that said, okay, I can win half of my money back if in the next 3 months I could do 5 pull-ups. So then I had to really think about, okay, how am I going to change my approach? Because that's one thing, you can't do the same thing again. So I decided I need to hire a professional. And that ended up being my current trainer, Christina Dobbins. You can check out her site at Freestyle Fitness Addiction, I believe.com. I'll provide the link below. But anyway, I was introduced to her because I saw a YouTube video of her doing pull-ups, like I think it was 5, with a 45-pound weight attached to her. And I was like, yes, like she is my trainer. So I met with her. She gave me workouts to do as well as a nutrition plan to follow. And that's when I really started seeing changes. And honestly, I think it was like 9 or 10 weeks, I could all of a sudden do 5 pull-ups where I truly, prior to that, had not known if it was possible. And that was an incredible experience. that I kept wanting to lift and continue to see results. And the thing about Christina is that she is also a physique competitor herself. So seeing that and kind of being like, oh, that's really cool. I read about this bodybuilding stuff. Now I know someone. Now I feel like I have the tools such that I could actually compete. And all these things kind of converged at once. And I realized, right now I was like, I have the tools, I have the interest, I have the resources. Like, why not explore this area personally, and see what happens? So that's kind of how this all came to be. And one thing that, why I'm doing this video log and why I'm sharing all this with you is because I want to empower other people. I mean, other women, sure, and other men too, and be like, you can achieve these things, but also questioning, like, why do you want the body type that you do? Is it something that culture has taught you, or is it something else completely? Because for female bodybuilding, there's a lot of friction there. Like, women aren't expected to have large muscles, and many people don't. And I also think that's totally fine. I think, whatever you want for your body type is fine, but maybe just think about, well, how did you get that idea? I just want people to question it, I guess. And now, as I'm kind of, putting it all out there, I also wanted to end with a sort of confession. It's something that I've realized in the past couple of days, thanks to my awesome roommate, Atha. Hopefully she can hear me in the other room. But basically, as I was talking with her, I realized, my videos, as much as I love talking to you guys, and I love doing this, and it's been a good experience, it's not really me. Like, my method of communication that I love by far is writing. And writing is therefore very tied into my identity, and I'm honestly scared to publish what I write on the internet because I don't want there to be hate. I don't want to be controversial. I want everyone to love it. I want myself to love it, and I'm my harshest critic. So that being said, I think one of my goals for this week is to write something and publish it. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be amazing, but I have to put it out there because this is all about me putting myself out there. If I'm going to post bikini photos, online, like, goodness, I can, post a blog of my writing. So that's all I wanted to share with you this week. And hope you have a great week, and I'll catch you next time.